Welcome to Crisp Fibre Pods. We're on episode 4 already. We're having some great times here in the studio every time we meet, every time we see each other. We've got a lovely lady here today, Debbie De Abreu from DNATEL. Lovely to have you here. How do you experience this so far?
Yeah, so thanks for having me on the show, guys. I'm quite excited to discuss the topic of internet and how we work together as well. So yeah, excited to get going.
Excellent. Tell us, DNATEL. It's a big company, Lowveld based. You've got offices in Johannesburg.
Yeah.
How did it start? Why did you start it? Give us some background.
So I come from a family that's always been in the telecom industry. My dad was a lecturer at Telkom many years ago. So when I left school, I got the opportunity to work for a company that actually installed infrastructure for telcos at that time. And that's where I built most of my experience. So when I felt the time was right, I then went into my own business and built infrastructure for those companies as well. So those were the likes of Telkom, and then back then was when DFA just arrived on the scene. So we built quite a lot of networks for Dark Fiber Africa back then. And yeah, so from there we were just building experience to the point where we decided that it was time to build our own network.
Good. Sounds like a very exciting and longevity story.
Yeah, I know for sure. It worked out quite well.
It looks like it. You guys are expanding everywhere.
Definitely.
And then you are the co-founder and COO.
Yes.
How is it being a woman in the industry, running this whole operation called DNATEL in 2 different provinces with dynamic teams, expanding, getting ISPs on board, customer service, all of that. How does it feel to be empowered like that?
Well, I mean, obviously it's awesome. And, in our industry, it's not, you don't have a lot of females doing it. And it's definitely empowering for that. But I think we're at a point now where people don't really look at that anymore, isn't it? If you're competent enough, you can do it. So this is how I see it, and my team respects that as well. And so
definitely, and we've seen working with you guys that it doesn't matter who's at the helm. It's no gender based.
No.
It is all about delivery and service.
Exactly that.
And that's one thing we as Crisp Fibre can say about DNATEL. There's always on top of it. You guys let us know when there's a lead. You let us know when there's outages. You repair your outages in really good time. As we say that, you are expanding mostly in the Lowveld.
Yes.
You started in Mbombela and then going to the outer skirts. What's next on the horizon for DNATEL?
Look, I mean, if I have to say in the next 5 years, we would like to expand, into other small towns as well. So we started off in Nelspruit and we've covered majority of that already. We're currently busy as well in White River, and then we also built a 50-kilometer route all the way to the residents of Ngudwana so that we could also bring fiber internet to them. And then along the way there, we picked up co-ops WIP. So we're definitely expanding. We're not just only focused on the actual town itself. And we, like you mentioned, we also have some network in Johannesburg. So we're not just Lowveld based and Mpumalanga based, but we're definitely planning on expanding more.
DNATEL does both residential, business, fiber at an enterprise. And so you've got a silver, bronze, and a gold, and all of these SLAs.
Yeah.
When you started expanding to the businesses and residential, and you made that clear cut between them, how did you see as the operations of DNATEL to keep that SLA going and to give that kind of service to the end client?
I think that is very important, and I think a lot of people don't understand why a service level agreement is so important. And I also think that there's a clear differentiation between residential fiber and business fiber. So with the SLAs that we've got in place, we've got SLAs reaching from 12 business hours all the way to 4 business hours, which is very important if you are a bank or you're in the medical sector or even schools these days. Kids have to be online all the time. And then when it comes to residential, we also have SLA in place, which is 2 business day SLA, where majority of our competitors don't have a clear SLA. It's best effort. So it is whenever we get to you, we'll get to you. So we definitely feel that putting a SLA down and giving that promise to the consumers is something that we are good at. And, it just gives them that extra trust in our network.
We've seen it because whenever we log a ticket for a downtime or client that's got a red LOS, you guys within 24 hours usually get it repaired. Weekends are a little bit slow, but it's fully understandable for a residential. You've guys also been involved with the Innobospheres for quite a few times. I remember you having a few all brown cherries there. We've had some good dancing. We don't disclose
things like that here, please.
No, it's just, it's a good time.
Just one. It was just half for one.
Exactly. Yeah. And we had some good times there. Yeah. Is there any expansion this year at Innobos? Are you guys going to be involved again?
Yes.
And what are you doing there?
Yeah, so we're the sponsors of the Stop and Hop, which is the buses that takes people to and from the festival. And this year, every year we try and partner with a singer and a celebrity to just, bring some vibe to the bus. And so we're definitely doing that again. And I mean, Innobos is such a fantastic platform for us. There's over 100,000 people in 3 days that go there. And this year we also thinking of maybe sponsoring the Wi-Fi. Look out for little hotspots all around. But the big focus for us is the bus and connecting people and getting them to and from the show, making sure they're safe, and giving them a nice time on the bus as well, because it's usually just transportation, but we're trying to make it a whole experience this year.
We've seen good results from it being branded on the bus with you guys. Yeah. We've picked up quite a few clients. With that being said, your marketing strategy over the last 3-4 years has changed, where you incorporate your ISPs to brand and co-brand with you.
Correct.
And we've seen, as Crisp Fibre, quite a few good results from it. And we like the initiative. Is that initiative another benchmark in the industry? Because we don't get it with other competitors, with other fiber operators. Is it something you're going to do for the next 5-10 years?
Well, definitely. And I think that, for the benefit of doing it is that we're also building a relationship. And that is so important, that we've got a good working relationship, so that if there is an issue that a subscriber maybe encounters, then because we deal so closely together with each other, we know it can be resolved quite quickly. And also, it is very important for everyone to understand the different roles that we play. For the fiber to work, you need the 2 players. You need a fiber network and you need an internet service provider like yourself. And, by working together in a collaboration, it's easier for us to understand exactly what you as an ISP can offer the consumer. So when we do get people coming into our office asking for fiber or phoning in, we know our ISPs, we know what you guys can do, and it's easier for us to help that subscriber choose the best ISP for them. Because not everyone's needs are the same. Internet needs differ. Some people just want to use it for residential. Some people want to, use it for gaming or going, into other aspects of the internet. And it's important to choose an ISP that can assist you with your needs and your support needs, of course.
That's a big thing that Crisp Fibre has been focusing on the last 2 years. And if you go look at our Google reviews, you'll see it, is that we strive on that customer support. And a good thing for us with DNATEL, like I said earlier, there's clear communication and direct communication, where whenever there's an outage or planned maintenance, or we have like today, one of your team members message us saying, we can see this business is offline, can you please check? And that's even before the client contacted us. And that, in working together with DNATEL, has pushed our customer service to the next level. And we want to thank you for that.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that.
And we're looking forward to seeing how we can grow with DNATEL going to the future. As you mentioned, you went on a 50-kilometer backhaul you built past Crisp Fibre, which is a little small town, but they also need internet.
100%.
We're looking forward to being with you at Ennebos again.
Yeah.
To share one all-brand sharing. Debbie, as we've been speaking this whole morning, it is fantastic having you here. DNATEL has expanded quite a few towns already. They've gone past Crisp Fibre. In Joburg, what is your aim here? Because there's quite a few metros, there's quite a few players already.
Exactly.
What is your focus as DNATEL in Joburg or any other area that Crisp Fibre is working with you?
So, look, I mean, we don't really want to fight over the same customers. I think that wherever we install, we want to also install with purpose. So the small towns for us is definitely something that we focus on. When we rolled out our infrastructure in Johannesburg, it was more just a pilot for when we started. It was close to home, close to the office. I had my technical team here. So that it was kind of just a pilot. We do have some vision in expanding a little bit into Honeydew area, which I think still needs a little bit of fiber care. But at the same time, we've also noticed that some customers are not happy with their current providers. So, it's quite a difficult decision to make, is to, invest in a place where there's so many competitors, because there is still opportunity if people are not happy with them. But at the same time, also bringing connections through to areas that need. There's still a lot of areas that does not have fiber connections.
There's quite a few underserved areas.
100%.
But I think what you said now, where you say people are looking maybe for another provider, it comes down to the SLA.
Yeah.
We've worked with many of the fiber operators in the metros, and they all promise this SLA and they can't maintain it. And like you mentioned earlier, that with DNATEL, they've got different tiers of SLA and the service delivery of that. And you guys do a quick installation also.
Yes.
Some of these fiber providers take 3 to 6 months to do it.
Definitely.
So you are setting a trend. You are setting even though it may feel small, you are setting a trend. Let's get a bit more into Debbie. You co-founder.
Yeah.
You running the full operation, you're pulling the strings. I always see you on all the WhatsApp groups, on the emails, pulling the strings, giving comments.
Whip out.
100%. When you stepped into this role of being COO, what was your biggest challenges back then, and what's your biggest challenges at the moment?
Sure. I think the biggest challenges for us back then was to actually just, launch the company and get that first fiber network in the ground. And because Nelspruit was an area where the fiber wasn't available yet, it was quite difficult for us to go there and explain to someone that doesn't really know about technology and what we do and why should they open their homes for us and install fiber. So I think that was kind of quite tricky for us in the beginning. But, with time, people and our track record, people just, opened up for us and can definitely see the benefit right now.
So that was a challenge back then?
Back then, yes.
What are the challenges you have at the moment as DNATEL in other Nelspruit, Mbombela, Joburg? What is the challenge now? Because now people are opening their homes, they're seeing the service.
100%.
What are your challenges at the moment?
So I think the challenges is to understand what is next, to see the next opportunity. And we have identified that. We are launching prepaid in lower income areas at the moment. So, and other fiber network owners also go out and go into those areas. That
the lower LSM.
Lower LSM. And that is definitely the next step for us. So again, it all comes down to what is feasible. Where can you make a difference? Who really needs the stability and the fiber internet? So we can easily run back to Joburg where there's lots of businesses, or, we can decide then to go and service areas that really, really needs it. So I think that's always our challenge, is to understand where's the need next for us.
And we see it quite a few places, and there is a need for the lower LSM.
Yeah.
and we're looking forward to see how we can work with you guys on those projects. One of your initiatives and marketing drives that you do campaigns is the dance off with the schools. Your daughters dance themselves?
Yes, they do.
Are you a dancer?
I'm not a dancer, but my husband's a dancer. Yeah.
I want to see that one.
Yeah.
With that initiative, what do you guys bring to the school with the dance off competition and in enabling them to have these competitions?
Look, there's quite a lot of positive aspects to it. We, from just a marketing perspective, obviously we always showcase all our fantastic ISPs that partner with us. But it's also giving the kids that participate a platform. And it also brings something exciting to Nelspruit and the Lowveld, the whole region actually. We also provide internet to the schools from a sponsored perspective. And, through that, we also want to create opportunities for the kids to showcase their talents. And like you said, as a dance mom, obviously that would be something that we found interesting. And I'll tell you, the kids have really taken to it. And every time we do the dance challenge, last year we had 10 schools participating in the region, and we're expecting a lot more. And then we give a nice prize for the school that wins. I mean, this year, the school will get 30,000 Rand to spend the way that they need to spend it, whether it's on communication or on their fields or even, clothes for the kids or whatever that might be. And I think, everyone is quite proud of all the kids that participate in all the schools, because it takes a lot of effort. All the teachers involved, everyone getting involved in it. So what we normally do is we create a little routine, a little video that we give them with a song, and then they must make it their own. And it just hopefully helps with their creativity and at the end as well.
I know you guys joined with a new marketing company recently, yes. So you should get them involved to shoot some video of the promos and the final day and 100%. Get all of that done.
Yes.
Debbie, it was wonderful having you here. Thank you for participating, being here. And as Crisp, we still want to work 100% with you guys going forward on all your initiatives, all your campaigns. The dance off, I'll come show some moves like the Australian break dancer.
And can't wait for that.
That's as far as I'll go. But thank you for making time. We do appreciate it. We look forward to having you again.
Yes, for sure. 100%.
And then good luck with any boss. Good luck with your expansions.
Thank you.
Let us know how we can help you guys, how we can be involved with the lower LSMs.
Yes.
We look forward. We are watching you, DNATEL.
Thank
we
you.
are watching
and we're
you.
watching Crisp as well.
Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.
Okay, thanks.